today to be part of our trivia contest, go ahead and say, I'd like to volunteer in the chat. So we're going to choose 3 people to start with randomly, and we're going to get started in just a moment. We've got a few things to take care of. Trivia contest. Go ahead and... All right, we got that all rolling. That's good. We're going to get ahead and record this. And let's record that. Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Ariel Policano, and I am so excited to be with you for our weekly training. Each and every week, we train and answer questions about the Genius Biofeedback system. Let's see if we can get this correct. And I am a naturopathic doctor. I've been teaching and training about the Genius since about 2013. It's my pleasure to be with you today. The Genius Biofeedback system is a really cool quantum biofeedback system that can be on your phone or tablet. A quantum biofeedback system analyzes your voice, your picture, and is able to communicate to you a lot of information about the biofield, stress disturbances in the biofield. You can think about it as doing many muscle tests at one time. And let's go ahead and get that corrected up there. Many muscle tests at one time and finding out a whole lot of wonderful information. So really, really glad that you're here, and we're going to have a lot of fun today. We want to make the learning something fun, something interesting for you. And so we're going to do a trivia contest today. And it really is all about the functions of the Genius. So if you're confident and you think you know about the Genius, then you can volunteer. And we're going to give away our imprinter, Remedy imprinter kit. I'm going to tell you about that in just a moment. It's really interesting. We have sort of buried the lead about the Genius, which is the Genius is an amazing imprinter. It's a frequency generator that you can use every day of the week to create different media. You can imprint the frequencies into just about anything and then have your frequencies delivered to certain things. So we're going to give away a kit. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a look at this. And I'm just going to have to adjust this hopefully a little bit. Let me know if the sound is okay, if you're hearing my voice okay. And yeah, go ahead and volunteer. And we're not going to do a scan on you, but we're going to ask you questions. So what we're going to do, let's see if we can get this all properly lined up here. And we did put this out in the newsletter yesterday. So if you didn't get an email last night, then definitely let me know. Okay, pictured on here is all the different types of media that you could use. Now you could have the Chartres Labyrinth imprinter. It's a different imprinter. You could have this imprinter. The one that's shown is the larger imprinter. You could have the smaller Remedy plate. The important thing is the Genius itself. The Genius is a frequency generator. It is an amazing generator of frequencies that you can utilize all types of frequencies. So to the holographic stickers, you could put EMF protection frequencies. To the little hexagonal disc that you see there, that's simply a silicon disc that's used as a trivet or a coaster. And you can imprint on there for 30 minutes, imprint frequencies that have to do with digestion, nutrition, assimilation, being calm, being happy, all of those things, and then put that plate underneath food for about 60 seconds before you consume the food. Put it under water before you drink the water. The wristbands you can wear and you can imprint them with just about anything. So you could imprint them with becoming calm, becoming centered, becoming focused, being happy. Some people use the V-shed frequencies on there. Anything that you want. People have been very creative. You could do like an energetic detox frequencies on here, and you imprint for about anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes to get a good imprint. And the picture that you're seeing here is it's actually an iPod Touch. And so my suggestion is for somebody who wants to professionally imprint, if you want to make this part of your practice, then just go ahead and get an iPod Touch, which is about $200, or you could get an Android version of the same type of thing. What's nice about this Touch is that it's very, very beautiful with the graphics. So I know probably nobody remembers what an iPod Touch is, but you can put an access of the Genius on the iPod Touch And then you can run the frequencies in a dedicated fashion. In other words, you might not use this access for anything else except for imprinting. So you could have it dedicated there and then put the frequencies into other things. We've got an amethyst bracelet. So any semi-precious gemstones are absolutely amazing for putting the frequencies into and then having that person purchase the frequencies. Maybe it has all 9 of the solfeggio tones. Maybe it has all of our essences imprinted. It really is your imagination. Imagine taking the Alaskan or the Australian bush essences and putting every single flower essence into the bracelet. It's completely up to you. You could take distilled water and you could imprint any type of remedy into the bottle. So you could go ahead and you could have the bottle imprinted. You could do flower essences. So you did all the Bach flower essences and you could put them in distilled water in this spray bottle. And then the person just sprays, has the spray around them. Or if you put a little bit of brandy or distilled water, then they can spray it under their tongue. There are so many things. One thing we didn't get to visualize is, and we'll put this out in the newsletter follow-up, is these are used for breastfeeding. If we can bring a little closer to the camera here, and we'll go ahead and disclose what these are, but these are sort of a gel-like substance. And so I'll open one of these up and you could imprint this gel with any frequencies and then put it on your body as a patch. Let's see if we can get a good picture of this. So it's like a little bit of a gel and you put that on the plate and it imprints wonderfully any of the frequencies. And then you could wear it. So you have muscle aches, you could put magnesium, muscle relaxation, all types of frequencies, ligaments, joints, and then put that on maybe the quadricep or the back of the leg or on your arm, right? And then you're just drinking in all of these frequencies. The ability to do this is limited only by your own creativity. And so it is always wonderful in your business to have diversified options. Perhaps at the end of each session, you send them a bracelet or you send them the food harmonizer after they purchase a series from you, or perhaps on your website separately, you have products that are available that are just these types of media. So you have an entire part of your shopping at your website that is dedicated to this imprinted media, which nobody else has. They might have the actual media itself, but they don't have the ability to imprint it so dynamically and so creatively. One thing we included in the imprinter kit today, we're going to include a green pen light. So this green pen light helps you to clear anything. So before you imprint it, you would clear it. So you would clear the energy out with just a green, I think I've said it several different ways. It's not a laser, it's just an LED light. And you could get an LED light anywhere. We just are using this particular pen light. We included it in the kit. We want you to have a kit that's going to set you up for success where you can start to create these, give them away. You know, one thing we teach in the business membership is to do a free demonstration every week. So do that free demonstration and just say, hey, I'll send this to you. It's going to cost you some postage, but maybe you want to have one person at the end of the day that you send it to. And so that gets everybody to the table because you're going to be giving something away for free. Just like today, we're going to give away this imprinter kit. So there are so many things that you could create, right? Whether it be gemstones, whether it be the wristbands, things that you put under food, stickers that you put on your cell phone, on your router. So the sky is the limit. I'm sure we're going to have more ideas as we go along. All right. So does fabric hold frequencies? And if so, how long? I'm creating aprons from scrap fabric and using frequencies. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about this. First of all, if you're on the class today or you're watching the recording, Maria has been a wonderful pioneer in this area. And so we've really learned a lot from her success in imprinting. So we have tried the bands after she's sort of been really successful with them. And everything you see on the imprinter plate today has been successful for people. But I would challenge you, Gigi, then go ahead and do the imprinting and then you wear the fabric or have friends wear the fabric and give you feedback. It may or may not be a great imprinter. It may or may not be a great media for imprinting. I think we're going to have to find that out. But everything is consciousness. Everything is frequency. And the ancients, right, they used to chant over everything, right? And still in Indian tradition, they'll go and they'll chant over a checkbook or a location or water. So everything is consciousness. They would say abundance chants over like the checkbook and the place where the payments come in. So when you think about that, everything is consciousness, everything is vibration, everything can be imbued, can be changed by vibration. And the more that you sort of soak something in the same vibratory frequency, the more it picks it up. And when you touch that object, you will feel that and experience that vibratory frequency. That being said, I do think some things pick up frequencies better than others. I think gemstones are one of the best. I think water is another. Someone was asking about metal. If you think about metal, it's probably going to stop the transmission. The very best media, I think, to keep your water in is glass, because glass is from the earth. It's stone. I don't think it says that metal is as good, not that it's bad, but I don't think it's going to be as given to imprinting as glass. But you can tell me, as you do it, as you test it, you can inform us about that. And so, yeah, so Karen says micron, the purple or blue glass that we have here is incredible. And maybe there's an even better one that she knows about. And you could challenge yourself, find the very, very best glass that you can for imprinting. Let's go ahead and just a couple of questions here. Where do I get an adapter for the imprinter? What you're looking for is a USB-C dongle. Okay, let's get rolling because I think this is going to go really, really fast. So we'll come back and we'll answer some of your questions. Let's now go to our volunteers. So people who had volunteered, and you can keep volunteering. We're going to have 3 people come on in just a moment. I'm going to have 3 people come up to the panelist designation. I'm going to turn on your microphone and your picture. You're going to be our trivia contestants for today. And then I'm going to ask a series of questions. I'm going to ask 3 questions, and whoever will ask several questions, and whoever gets the most points will win. And we'll see if we could bring 2 more people on. So we'll see how it goes. And let's bring the first 3 people up and see how we do. So let's see who volunteered here, and we'll answer your questions as we go, and we'll try to do the best that we can. So let's see if you volunteered. We've got Amber. I know you volunteered here, so we're going to welcome you up in just a moment. So I hope you've been studying up on your trivia, that you know all about the genius. We're going to bring you up to the panelist designation here and bring you on. And let's see, Sophie said she'd like to volunteer, so we're going to bring up Sophie. If you're unmuting yourself, make sure you just silence any background noise. So Sophie, you're going to see yourself promoted there. And make sure you know your genius, right? Deborah, we're going to bring you up here. So Deborah, we're going to bring you up in just a moment. That's Deborah W. So make sure you know all of your genius information. Let's make sure I'm picking the right Deborah here. Got a couple of Deborah W's, so only the one who volunteered. Okay, Amber, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for being here, and you can unmute yourself. Oh, Sophie's got a really professional background. Absolutely love it. So welcome, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well.
Good. Oh, it's so lovely to have you. I'm so excited. Okay, so we have also, let's see, Deborah, are you able to unmute yourself? We're going to have to go quickly here. So if you're not able to unmute yourself, my dear, then I'm going to have to ask that we actually bring somebody else up, because we need 3 lovely souls. Deborah's there. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's start with you, Amber. You feel confident?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to keep some score here. We're going to do our best. And then we're going to hopefully do a round where we can get a winner and then go to another 2. So get ready to volunteer, and so nice to have you. All right, so let's go ahead. All right, so Amber, this is for you. What is the purpose of the Quick Zap tray?
It's for kind of more clearing out energy. So when you go in to pin other things, they're more susceptible to the frequencies that you're playing. More specific little zaps.
That's not how we have interpreted the Quick Zap, but tell us a little bit more. You're not wrong, so we're going to give you credit for that. But tell us a little bit more about how you're utilizing your Quick Zap.
Sure. So what I like to do is I'll start out with maybe throw a couple Nogiers that are linked to maybe what they have going on. or the conception vessel is a really good one to throw in there as well. It kind of depends on what they have going on, but you don't overload this tray. It's for very specific.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, that's awesome. Exactly. We typically put just a few items into the tray, into the quick zap to do focus balancing. It doesn't have to be at the beginning. You could do it intermittently with using your main whole tray, but she's absolutely correct. And I love the way that you're using that, Amber. So you're absolutely correct. So let's go to Sophie. Sophie, we've got question number 2 for you. And that is, what is the purpose of the main whole tray?
Well, I use the main whole tray when I want to select more items to analyze, because that allows to go to a function that's called progressive insights. So you select the reds and the blues, for example, of let's say a subject you're interested in, or maybe all of the reds of the blues that you see, and then you can run first the main whole tray on the progressive insights and see what is coming in the highs, and then from there you can go to your library and start running the library to see what comes up.
Absolutely.
And if you have a theme,
have
a theme, like you want to work, for example, on somebody comes with a complaint of muscular pain, for example, so you're going to focus probably on that. But my personal choice is to look at also what came up as red and blues in the 2-day stress, to see in the body system and the organs and the glands, to see what is consistent. But the main whole tray is like an assisting analysis of what you already try to look through by combining certain targeted items.
I love it. Very, very cool. All right. Very good, Sophie. Excellent explanation. So a lot of frequencies of all different types of designations. You're collecting different areas in your main whole tray for prioritization later. Deborah, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
All right. You're up next. You ready?
I'm ready, I think.
All right. What is the highest score on the Genius system? And in the chat, don't give it away. So don't give it away.
No, 777 is the highest.
777 is the highest. You
Yes.
got it. Oh my gosh. This is like some stiff competition, you guys. I'm not sure we're going to get a winner of these 3. So, all right. Fantastic. I absolutely love how educated you all are about the Genius. The Genius ranges from 0 to 777. The 777 is the highest number. It's a divine angelic number, and that is why 777 was chosen to be the top. And so the very high numbers and the very low numbers represent stress disturbances. All right, so Amber, we're back to you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. What do the red and blue items on the Genius results represent?
Okay, so the blue would be more chronic and the red would be more acute. So things that they maybe are dealing with more recently. And then the blue is like long-standing, more stagnant energy.
Fantastic. Very, very good. So reds and blues represent stress disturbances. They are the areas, from a strict definition, these are the very best frequencies for you to run today. That is the most strict interpretation. From there, we can give other interpretations, but when you see a red or blue item, the Genius is saying this would be a really good frequency for you to run today. Beyond that, we can give it other meaning based on observations and anecdotal information that we've learned over time, which is red is usually acute, inflamed, something recent. Blue is more chronic, long-standing, and we've also referred to it as very compressed energy. So sometimes you can learn something from those blue items that are coming up. It could be very interesting, but the most strict interpretation is whatever you're testing, whether it be sort of a problem or a solution, is that particular frequency is needed or would be beneficial to put into the tray for today. Fantastic, Amber. Okay, Sophie, we're back to you. You ready?
Yes.
Next question. What is the general overview?
Okay, so the general overview is pulling all the items and together from all the different sections. And I've noticed that when you pull the general overview and you say, I want all the reds and blues of everything, it's a shortcut. But it's very crowded because it would take, for example, for the meridians, it would take the components of the meridian reds and blues. So
yes, you're correct. Absolutely.
So that could always be, I would always only use that if I'm in a rush and if I believe that I want to see everything there. But I've been using that less and less because it gets too crowded. Otherwise, a good way to have it is to use it in the main whole tray and pull out the progressive insights, use the highs for 5 minutes, rescan, use the 5 for 5 minutes again, rescan, use the 5 for 5 minutes. I learned that in my coaching, remember? And that would be a shortcut when you press by time, but it's less of, I would say you put less of a targeted intention when you use the general overview.
Fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about that. So your answer was absolutely correct. And let's go ahead and look at a couple of other things. This is not an additional question, but something I just wanted to talk about. You access the general overview by going up to the very top of system overview and you tap general overview. And then you will be able to, it organizes all of the information, every panel from the genus is included. And then it's not really rescanned, but it's just reorganized from top to bottom. What I use the general overview is to look at patterns, to quickly look at maybe 100 or 200 pieces of information from top to bottom and see which are the patterns that are stacking up for this particular person. Do I notice there are any themes, anything's coming up for the digestion over and over again? Something is coming up for emotions over and over again. In the general overview, I'm able to take a quick look at all of the information. You could also run the general overview on quick balance if you wanted to. Or as she mentioned, you could put some of the items into the main whole tray and look at them a little bit later. So absolutely fantastic. Oh my gosh, I didn't know we would have all such experts coming up here and having so much knowledge. So Deborah, let's go back to you. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
What is the purpose of Entangled Insights?
Entangled Insights is to see if there is something that can correlate with what you're looking at. For instance, if you get some type of disturbance and you want to further investigate as to what could be causing or what could be used to further understand and maybe correlate with it.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. No, you're right. That's exactly what it does. That's correct. All right, so the Entangled Insights, for example, here we're comparing the immune system at the top to all of these different items: bone spurs, brucella, cancer, Legionella, nasal infection, ptosis, white blood cells, acute pain. We look at everything that's 100% or 99%, but it doesn't mean they have these conditions. The best use is to put all of these items down in the main whole tray and then see in prioritization in the next screen what happens, or pick ones out that really match. Pick something out that really matches for that person, or gives you a new insight, gives you new information. Because there are many things being tested in the Entangled Insight, you will get some superfluous information that just really doesn't apply to the case and it should be discarded. But you're looking for anything that would be really give you more information. Maybe they do have bone spurs, so you could ask them about that, and it may give you a new insight about the case that you were not aware of before. In the check section, it's not as relevant when you're doing a whole bunch of checks, but if you were doing just one check, then you'd look for 50% or more. All right, so we're back to Amber. You ready, Amber?
Yes.
How do you remove an item from the tray?
So there's this little like arrow on the bottom that you can click on. It's usually pointed down when it's not expanded. And there should be an X right next to the item.
So first she's saying the little downward point is what you do to open the tray. And then the X is what you do to remove it. Let's see if you're right. You're right. So once we open the tray, we hit that little X there, and that will remove something like adrenal or virus from the tray. Oh my goodness. I didn't know you all would be such total geniuses. All right. I'll have to anticipate for next time. So we're going to move back to Sophie. Why does the main hold tray, this is the perfect question for Sophie, actually. Why does the main hold tray go to Progressive Insights? What is the purpose of this?
Well, the purpose of this is to organize all the items to selected in order of priority. So you're going to have high, medium, and low priority, and so that if you have selected a lot of the items, it allows you to target what you want to analyze.
Fantastic. And so when you get to the Progressive Insights and you hit the scan button, what is it showing you in the results? This is just a sub question. You already answered, so you're not going to get it wrong. But when you hit that scan button, it's like sort of going high, medium, low.
Yeah, so you're gonna get the items organized,
right?
In order of priority,
right?
And you would say high, medium, low. And on the top of that selection, you could select all high, low, medium. And so you can select, or you can select individually on the right hand side of the list. You can select individually, and that's to select the item. The box on the left is to do a further analysis of looking at functional zones. So that's different. Like, for example, if you would like to know that, okay, I have on top, let's say complete left ventricle blood sugar imbalance, and I would click blood sugar imbalance, and I would do functional zone consideration to go one step further to know what is correlating with this in terms of functional zones. And then you can select that what comes out from this secondary analysis into the tray, and then you would run again Progressive Insights, and you would prioritize again what matters the most. And and you can select what is the
you're absolutely correct. Very, very good. No, I love this. The only thing, the functional zones are optional. They don't play into the priority, but you could check the boxes of the functional zones. Like if it came up really high at the top, absolutely, you could do that.
Yeah. Like when they're over 90, like when they're over 90%, for example, but the Progressive Insights is really about prioritizing what is the most salient, what is the most significant in this analysis for this client to run.
Okay, fantastic. All right, Deborah, we've got another question for you. So let's go ahead and go to Deborah. And that's just showing the Progressive Insights as Sophie described so well. We're going to get to Deborah's question in just a moment. So you can just see high, medium, and low with the prioritization of Progressive Insights, and then a rescan after you've run the frequencies. Okay, Deborah, here's your question. What is the Neuro Remedy?
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I've used it and I'm trying to think what it is. Oh, gosh, without looking at it.
It's okay, it's all right if you don't know it.
No, I don't remember, but I have used it.
All right, so well, we have to give everybody an equal chance here. So hang on to 1 second, Sophie. We're going to go in a moment. So I think what we're going to do is we've got 3 correct for Amber. We've got 3 correct for Sophie. We've got 2 correct for Deborah. And we want to get another round of folks, and then we're going to draw from the highest scores. So we're actually going to we're going to wait. Let's see, what should we do? Because we want to give everybody an equal chance. We're going to wait on this question, and we're going to actually bring up some new volunteers. So at random, I'll choose the next volunteer. So ladies, thank you so much. And then we're going to get the highest score. If it's a draw, like if Amber and Sophie are still tied, we're going to draw it at random. Does that sound fair to you guys?
Fine.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so we just want to get as much fun as possible here. So Deborah, Sophie, Amber, you're incredibly knowledgeable about the genius. I am so impressed at everything that all three of you know so well. So let's go ahead and let's get another 3 volunteers up here. And thank you again for being part of our genius community.
Thank you for teaching us.
Thank you so, so much. Thank you, Sophie. She knew so, so much. You really, really actually all of them really did. So thank you so much for being part of this. So let's get some new volunteers in here, and we're gonna promote them in just a moment. So let's get some new people who want to volunteer. If you want to volunteer, go ahead, and then we'll definitely find. Now, Rachel, you recommended a coupon code. Let's go ahead and do that. We can't do it at this moment though, but we'll do it in the newsletter for anybody who wants to get the, if you've already gotten the imprinter kit, don't worry, we'll apply it for you. So we'll do that as well. We're happy to do that. And thank you so much for all of your volunteers. We really, really appreciate you so much. And let's go ahead and get some volunteers here. So if anybody would like to volunteer, I think we had Janie would like to volunteer. So Janie, let's go ahead and promote you here. And Janie, let's go ahead and bring you up here. So Janie, we're bringing you up. And Lisa, I know that you volunteered, Lisa F. And so let's go ahead and bring you up here. And Lisa, we've got you as well. So if anybody wants to, so Adina, I know that you wanted to be a part of this. So Adina, let's go ahead and bring you up as well. Let's get Adina. So Adina, we're going to bring you up as well. Okay, make sure that you can unmute yourself. And it's so nice to have all of you, some of you newer, some of you older users of the Genius. And let's see if were we successful in getting Adina to join us. So Adina, I'm not quite sure we've got you. Janie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
And Lisa, how are you? Are you able to unmute yourself as well? Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, awesome. Okay, don't know if we have Adina, so let's go ahead and get another volunteer in here. I must unvolunteer. It's a couple of people. So Janie, how long have you had your Genius for?
I got it in like the end of October.
The end of October, and how have things been going so far?
Great. I really love having the addition of, I have a Genius beside me. I have an NLS on the other side of me, and I just work on my clients. So it's a great addition.
That's fantastic. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
No, I love hearing that. And Mur, we're going to promote you up here. So Mur, if you're still with us and you want to be part of this, Mur, we're bringing you up right now. And Lisa, how about yourself? How long have you had your Genius for?
I got it in December and have been using it. I've found it to be really such a valuable tool. I had a cat actually who got injured outside. I don't know what happened to him, but he came in and he was not himself at all. And I ran it on him. And then all of a sudden he was back to himself. So it was that, I think that was one of the most profound things to see, the shift with that. But we've been using it with my family. I have 3 boys, and with any kind of colds or anything, it's just been really helpful. So
yay, I'm so happy to hear that. So Mur, are you able to join us? Let's see if we can get Mur up here, get one more person to join us here. And then let's get this party started. And so we just need one more. Oh, Mur, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you were able to join.
Yeah, I can't find my camera.
You got it. You're on camera. You're with us. I just want to warn you. So Mur, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Okay, awesome. All right, Mur, not to put you on the spot or anything like that, to put you in the hot seat, but Mur, do you know what the Neuro Remedy is?
I don't. I'm actually.
Okay, that's all right. Let's go to the next person. Janie, do you know what the Neuro Remedy is?
Yes, you can speak an affirmation or something that you're trying to heal or work on, and then the Genius creates a frequency, and then plays it back.
That is exactly correct. The Neuro Remedy, and Myrrh, no worries, like you're so courageous for volunteering. We appreciate that you're here. And so the Neuro Remedy allows you to record your voice and turn it into a total body signal. So you record your voice, and then whatever you're saying, the statement, the positive word, a chanting invocation, you can play it back as an actual frequency signal, which will work on the mind, body, spirit, conscious, subconscious. It's really powerful. You can even export your Neuro Remedy to a capsule. So if you want to do a Neuro Remedy and record the person's voice and then export it to their capsule, you can actually do that. So very, very good. Okay, Lisa, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right. What is the voice harmonics?
So you record the voice of your client, and they say A-E-I-O-U, they do their name, and then what they like to focus on. And then the voice harmonic takes that, and they take the frequency of it so they can read within the body system. They can do a scan of it.
Okay, fantastic. That's really good. So the voice harmonics is like a homeopathic of your voice. So the voice harmonics, when you play it back, it feeds back the signal to the person and gives them sort of like a mini homeopathic sound feedback that allows them to like cures like cancel out any sort of superficial stress that could affect the scan. So you get a more clear, deeper scan when you play the voice harmonics during your session. So that's what you said, right? You said something to that effect, right? Okay.
No, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. And then somebody said about the sound. So you ladies who are on here, is my sound coming in through okay?
Yes.
It is? Okay. All right. Mel, we're back to you. You feel ready? I mean, Myrrh, I'm so sorry. Myrrh, are you okay? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I've just
Okay.
been having
Tell us a little bit.
genius
I know you have not had the Genius for that long, but tell us a little bit about how long you've had the Genius and how it's going.
for about 3 weeks, and I'm really enjoying it. I use it every day for myself and the kids, and they know exactly the routine now. When I say, please say the letters and your name, and then I'll write a frequency, so they're getting used to it too. So.
Very good. I love it. Very good. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, Myrrh, this question is for you. Am I saying your name correctly?
Yeah, it's Mare, but it doesn't matter.
Mare. Okay, I want to say it correctly. Mare. Okay, very good. All right, so the next one, sorry, this is the voice. I should show the picture after I answer the question. Okay, what is the range of hertz? Oh gosh, you're getting all the hard ones. What is the range of hertz frequencies that the Genius will run? So a hertz, 1 hertz is 1 frequency per second, 1 wave per second. So what did the frequency, I'll tell you, it starts with 1. What's the highest number? Like, for example, 500, 1,000. What's the highest amount of hertz that you can program into the Genius?
Would that be the 777 or it's not?
That's yeah, this is, you're getting, for some reason you got the tough one. So we're going to have to get something, a bonus or something for you, Bear, because you're so courageous to come on. But basically what it is it goes from 1 to 10,000. So if somebody looked at a book of Rife frequencies, they could actually program in anything between 1 and 10,000 into the Genius on their own in the custom libraries area. So it's 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go back up to Janie. What is the origin of the Nogia frequencies? Where do those come from?
Well, I know he was a healer. I know is it?
So tell us a little bit about what you're thinking. You're saying he. Who are you referring to?
I can't remember his first name.
What's his last name?
Oh, Nogia. Nogia.
Exactly. So what is the origin of Nogia frequencies? It is from
Nogia.
It's from Nogia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you know anything about? Hey, stop giving the answers in the chat. All right, please don't give the answers in the chat, okay? because is a trivia question here. So we're going to try to ask the contestants. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to have to go. Lisa, do you know a little bit more about the Nogias? Can you tell us something about the Nogias?
I wouldn't say I know as much. I'm still working with those, but it's from France, I believe. And they're very potent frequencies, and I know that they have the different letters. So I've just been using them really with what's high and low at the moment.
Okay, this is actually really good because this tells me where we should focus our training. So Mare, I'm going to give you an opportunity to scoop in. Can you tell us what the Nogia frequencies are about?
It's various frequencies that was discovered. I don't know if it's discovered, but it was a Frenchman, Nogia, and every frequency relates to a specific organ or glands in the body. So what it does is to harmonize that specific, it's harmonizing in a targeted manner by frequency.
Fantastic. So very, very good. So Mare, I'm going to give that point to you. Everybody contributed a little bit. You brought it home. What it's really interesting, Dr. Paul Nogia, who also did auricular therapy, connecting the different organs to points in the ear, but he wrote about coming from embryonic development, that there were three basic portions, this ectoderm, endoderm, and the mesoderm, and they had like a home frequency, and what came out of these different systems resonated with a certain frequency that he discovered. You could chime your body or systems back to this home frequency by reminding your body of these frequencies by playing the Nogias. So when you play the Nogias, if you played all of them, it would be like a whole body sort of tonic to resonate all the different organs and systems. And you can read about the Nogias in the Mastery Guide, or you can read about it in the success cards, and then you can learn which frequencies you want to use for whatever different system. So there's one, that's for the adrenals. There's one that's for the spine. There's one that's for the nervous system. Nogias D, G, and L are all for left and right brain balance. So really, really good. Excellent, excellent answers. So we are technically, let's see, so that was Janie's question. So let's move on to Lisa. Lisa, are you ready?
Okay.
Next question. What are the three main areas of the system overview?
I'm going to have to pass. I'm not sure. I mean, if I was working with it, I would know, but I don't know.
That's totally fine. This is the fun thing about trivia, is to sort of bring these things up. Mare, what are the three main areas of the system overview?
That's the front. That's the main page, right? It's the mind, body, and the aura biofield.
Yes, the biofield. You said that. I was going to go to Janie. You said it. Wow, you're really coming. You're catching up there, Mare. So the mind, the body, and the biofield. That's exactly right. We've got three sections on the gene. So I think we have two of them on this screen. So we've got the biofield right here. So all of these meridians, solfeggiotones, aura, sacred geometry, chakra, spiritual protection, Nogia are all under the biofield. Then under the mind, brain, EEG, Bach flowers, brain anatomy, emotional neurotransmitters, and everything else, a big lion's share of it is under the body, the physical categories like vitamins, minerals, spinal energy, all the things that have to do with any type of physical, the body systems, today's stress, things like that. So really, really well done. Okay, so Mare, this is actually going to be your question next here. What is the maximum? Okay, this is a little bit of a trick question, so you have to be really careful in how you answer it. Somebody might be able to scoop this question from you. So Mare, the question is, what is the maximum longest time that you can run the Genius?
So it's 0 to 30 minutes, but if you put it on 0, you can run it pretty much on a loop, and it keeps going until you stop it.
That is absolutely amazing. You got it absolutely correct. You're right. It was a complete quick trick question. And so it is 0 to 30. Let's see if I did a picture for this one. All right. So it's 0 to 30, and you can actually turn it down to 0 and then run it with the power on for all night if you want to run it all night. So very, very good. Okay, so I think we're back to Janie. Janie, you might have seen my little there on the next slide there. So Janie, who is the developer of the Genius system?
Ryan Kelly.
Ryan, we'll go ahead and we'll get you for the first name.
Oh,
so it's
Ryan.
hard to
Okay,
know,
Ryan.
But his actually last name is Williams. So Ryan Williams.
Okay, Williams. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Ryan Williams is the developer of the Genius. So we'll go ahead and we'll give you the point for that. Ryan Williams is from Santa Barbara, California. He's actually originally from South Africa. A lot of you might have known that. And it really cool. I don't think it happens in a lot of other companies. A lot of you may have actually spoken to him personally, still answers his phone. And he is the genius behind the Genius, came up with this crazy idea of taking something that would normally cost $20,000 to $30,000 and put it in a mobile application at a much more affordable rate, but also just easier to access, easier to use. And so thanks to Ryan for masterminding all of this, right? So, okay, so Janie, we've got you. So we're going to go back to Lisa. Lisa, you ready?
Okay, yes.
Okay, next question here. What are the solfeggio tones?
I knew the answers to the other ones. Isn't that funny? I love the solfeggio tones. I use them and I can feel the frequency of them, but I can't specifically answer for each of them. But I know that they provide a frequency upgrade to the body. And they're amazing and healing and beautiful and there's all these different frequencies. So, but to be specific, I'm more right-brained. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Is there anybody who, you did a great job. Is there anyone who can provide a more, so let's give it, so the next person in line would be Merrick. Do you have any more of a sort of didactic take on the origin of the solfeggios or anything you can tell us about them?
I don't know the specifics, but it's going back to harmonizing the spirit.
All right, very good. Jane, you got anything you can add?
There are specific frequencies for different types of healing. So you have like the mind and the body, but it's just a specific hertz that is healing for the body.
Okay, I think you've given me like really good information about things we should focus more in our weekly training. So the Nogias and the solfeggio. So it's going to be a draw on that particular question, but you all contributed something that was completely relevant. The solfeggio tones are based on a different harmonic scale than what we're using today in popular music. And all of them are music as medicine. Their frequencies, and I think you all kind of said this, that have a specific effect on the human energy field that is very, very positive. They're all in harmonics with each other. They were used previously, and you can really hear it if you listen to Gregorian chanting. You can hear that beautiful, all of those harmonics that create a real stillness. And each hertz frequency, and I think you all referred to this, has a specific effect. For example, 528 hertz from the solfeggio tones is known for transformation and miracles and even transforming the DNA. So I think you all sort of contributed to that, and very, very well said. Okay, so then we go to Mare. We're back to you. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mare, your question is, what is happening when you tap the quick balance bar? Let's see if we can get a picture of this. So when you check the quick balance bar, what's happening?
It takes the red ones and the high and low and harmonize those stress resonance.
Yes, it absolutely does. So what the quick balance does, that's really impressive. That's very, very good. So yes, the quick balance will automatically balance without having to add anything to the tray, the reds and blues from a particular screen. So on this screen, when you tap quick balance, it's going to balance the 963 hertz, the 396 hertz, the 528 hertz. And then the quick balance timer appears to the right where this ball is. And then the minutes are up at the top. So as you move the ball up or down, it's going to change the amount of minutes for a particular quick balance session. You can even do a quick balance on the system overview or even on the general overview. It'll still go to the reds and the blues. Very, very good, Mare. Awesome. So back to Janie. Janie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So Janie, your question is, what is the, okay, that's actually not the one because that's the one we just
I know
answered.
that one.
Actually, we already answered that one, a little bit out of order here. So let's go to this one. Oh, actually, no, this is the question. What is a quick way to add all of the reds and blues from a particular panel? So I stated it wrong. What is a quick way to add all the reds and blues from a particular panel?
Okay, hitting the quick balance.
What is a quick way to add them all? So if you have like 10 reds on the top and 10 blues on the bottom, what's the quick way to add? And I kind of gave it away in the picture that I sort of revealed. So that might have given you a hint. What if I wanted to?
Oh, if you hit the
yeah.
plus, if you hit the plus over at the bottom and then you tap the reds, and then you have to hit the plus again and tap the blues.
That's absolutely correct. So that's called our quick drop and drag function. And then we have the bulk items drag here. So we have all of the reds and all of the blues here. When we tap this, it'll add all of the reds from the top. And when we tap the blue, it will add all of the blues here and it will add them to the bottom to the main hold tray. So that's called our bulk items drag option. And you are absolutely correct. Lisa, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What is a custom playlist?
A custom playlist is one where you specifically go in and select the different things that you want to work on today. So instead of just picking all the reds and blues, you go and specifically check the different elements that you want to work on when you're in the main hold tray.
Correct. That's absolutely correct. So you can create a custom playlist that will contain pre-chosen items. And when you tap the button, it will populate all of those items. So if you wanted all the vitamins or all the minerals or some select items from today's stress or select items from the Nogias, say you wanted to run D, G, and L from Nogias because you know they're good for brain balancing, you could create a custom playlist. So we have some custom playlists here. And then we create the custom playlist in the next screen, which is here, add a new playlist, and then you could collect all those Nogias or your favorite frequencies that you want to run over and over again for your client or for yourself. I am so blown away by all of your knowledge. I think we have a couple more questions. So Mare, are you guys good? Can you take a sip of water? Are you ready to go right to the end? All right, so let's see what the question is here. What is a master branch, Mare?
I don't know what this is.
Janie, what is a master branch?
A master branch is when you have many libraries or just libraries that are specific to a certain thing. Like say you want to put anything in that has to do with the brain or anything in that has to do with legs or pain or nerves, so that it would all be in one specific area.
You're right. And it's similar to the custom playlist. And I do think the developer is considering whether we can combine all libraries and from system overview and custom into sort of a more custom playlist that would include everything. So a master branch in some ways is like a custom playlist for a group of libraries. So if you have a bunch of libraries that relate to the heart, or a bunch of libraries that relate to the nervous system, you could put them all together in a master branch. And when you select the master branch, it will only show those libraries. So it's almost like a quick search function where you can just look at those libraries on their own. So Janie, incredible. Very, very good. Okay. And then Janie, I think it's also your question. So we're just showing the master branch here. And we're almost down to sort of the last few questions here. So let's go ahead and so Janie, to you, what is a quanta capsule and what is the purpose of it?
A quanta capsule is basically a way to transport the frequency directly to a person, and then they can replay it at their own time. So you run the whole biofeedback scan, and then the quanta capsule will send that directly to them, and then they can go in and play that.
That's exactly correct. That's great. Have you done this process yourself?
I have not, but I'm about to purchase one for my brother-in-law that has Parkinson's.
Very good.
Yeah, so just so he can have that option when his tremors get real bad. The Genius calms him down within like 15 minutes. It is amazing.
Wow.
And he so just so he has that at his disposal, and he can use it whenever he wants. We're going to go ahead and do that.
Fantastic. I'm really excited. That was a great synchronicity. So fantastic. So very, very good. I think we might have one or two more questions here. So Lisa, we'll go to you. I'm not sure how many more we have here, but really well done. Actually, we should do a contest trivia just on the quantum capsule at some point, but really, really well answered. Okay. Lisa, what are the 3 different ways you can create a custom library?
So is that meaning that you create your own library?
If you create your own library, there's
Right.
3 distinct different ways you can create it.
So you could use the Remedy plate.
That's one. You got it. Absolutely.
That's all I know. So I'm very curious to hear 2 other ways, because that's all I know.
All right. And Mare, do you know any other ways you can create a library? Very well done, Lisa.
Can you share a library with others? Like,
Yeah.
Is that the way you're creating? I don't know. I only know the Remedy.
It's a library. Okay. And Janie, any ideas if you're creating your own library, like an affirmation or other types of things?
Yeah, you would type it in and use the archetype coding.
That's the second way. That's the second way. The first one, Lisa said, you're right. You would basically use the Remedy plate. You would import the digital frequency through whatever's on the plate. Second one, archetype, you write it in and the program interprets the letters, the word, the phrase, the whole sentence. So that's archetype encoding. What's the third way that you can enter a library?
If you know the right frequency.
Yes, ding, ding, ding. You know the frequency. Very good. Excellent. So nobody knew that one totally in who answered, but Janie, great follow-up. I absolutely love it. So yeah, you can look up the Rife frequency and enter. You can enter a bunch of Rife frequencies that will all play at one time if you put them separated by commas in the box, or you could put them separately to play in kind of a loop by putting them in separate boxes and playing one after the other. So Lisa, that was your question. Mare, I'm not sure if we actually have, let's see. Oh, name 3 things, and you might have seen them at the beginning of class. Mare, name 3 things you can imprint frequencies to. Oh, we lost your sound there, Mare. Are you unmuted?
Yeah. So when you use the Remedy plate, you can use stones.
That's one, stones.
Glass, like glass material, or
what would you, what would you want, imprint into glass? Like, why would you want to imprint into glass? What would you use that for?
To imprint a frequency. For instance, if you want to water, like.
Exactly, that's what I was looking for. Number 2, so like a water in a water bottle, glass bottle. Number 2, number 1 was a stone. Can you think of a third thing that you could imprint frequencies into?
Metal,
but what purpose would you want to? We showed some of them at the beginning. So we showed these custom bands. The custom bands or a metal band. Yeah, metal, I think, it's all good. If you want to do the metal, could pick up the frequency for sure, just maybe not for water because it might not go through. Or you might use something like this, or you could even use something like this, which is commonly used as a coaster, but you can imprint it for 30 minutes and put some frequencies for digestion, assimilation, nutrition. And I think that might be so you got that one, Mare, for sure. All right. All right, so back up to Janie. How do you, we already did this one. Let's do one. Is there one more bonus question here? There's one more. Okay, so we've got 2, I know we've got 2 final questions. So let's go to Janie. In the spiritual protection panel, there is a frequency called Surround and Protect, FTHG. What is FTHG? What does it stand for?
I don't know.
Lisa, do you know FTHG?
For the highest good.
Oh, exactly.
You got it. You got it. Nice. She got that one. That's awesome.
Yay.
Fantastic. Well done. For the highest good. Surround and protect FTHG. FTHG is surround and protect them for the highest good. Lovely. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, I think we got one final question. So Lisa, this is also your question, right? Because we were at Janie. Did I get it correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Lisa, you get the final question here. In sacred geometry, there is a, that should be THERE. There is a frequency called the toroids. What is the toroids related to or about?
Aren't those the rings around the body?
You're on the right track.
Yes.
Mare,
The toroid
anything?
field, it's a field. And so
Yes.
oh, good.
Anything about, but do you know anything about the toroidal field?
Because if you can activate it, then you are protected within that field. So the rings will protect you. So it's like the Merkaba.
Mare, anything else that you can add about the toroids?
No, not from my side.
Okay, the toroidal field is specifically the field around the heart.
Oh, the heart.
And it is the strongest electromagnetic field in the entire body. So everybody today did incredibly well. And when you run the toroidal field from sacred geometry aligns you with that frequency that's in your heart. It's actually, the field around the heart is greater than the field around your brain, which kind of tells you a lot. So, all right. So I want to sum up by thanking every single person who did the trivia today. So thank you, Janie. Thank you, Mare. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you to our other participants, Amber, Deborah, and Sophie. So Mare, you're actually the winner. You took it away today. You took it away. You absolutely did fantastic. So congratulations. Thank you. All right, fantastic. And Lisa, thank you so much for participating. Janie, thank you for participating. I really appreciate it. We have a runner-up who in the first round, we didn't ask as many questions, so we're going to give a runner-up. We're going to give another imprinter kit away to Sophie. So Sophie, you won because we didn't do quite as many questions. So in relation to how many questions we did, Sophie, you are a winner. And everybody, I hope, wins from using the Genius and doing really, really great in their practice. I really appreciate every single person who participated today, who was part of our program. We'll definitely do it again. So have a great rest of your day, everyone, and we'll see you here again next week. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks for being a